Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. It's Mary Jane. Let's talk about the challenge. Season 32, episode 7. Let's get into it. OMG, Black Girl Magic right here. You know what I'm saying? Because Cam got it going on. Her plan worked exactly like she wanted to work. But only thing is, there was a change at the end. We have the Mercenaries, and we have what's his name, Hunter and Ashley, and we know they are great. And if they beat, the other team, that they're going to be in the challenge. So now the Mercenaries are able to take a spot. They just don't go home and leave. They take somebody's spot. Like, OMG, that's going to be great. Imagine all the Mercenaries they're going to bring back. It's going to be a hard, difficult game for a lot of these people. So they better team up, and they better have teams, because either the Mercenaries are going to be there on their team or not going to be on their team. So I'm like, damn. So anyways, we got Shane and Devon. They still fighting. Shane is calling her B words and this and that. He's disrespecting her. Bananas there is watching. But you know who comes up and step up and be a man? None other than Nelson. Nelson stepped up and showed up to the plate and was like, Shane, don't be calling her out of her name. Don't be calling her the B word. Let's go. This is disrespectful. You don't be calling a woman. I was like, there you go, Nelson, with your sexy ass. And so Nelson did his thing. He moved Shane out the way, and Shane was kind of sorry because a man stepped to him and let him know that ain't right. But Shane feels bad because he's a feminist. I don't know how he's a feminist when he's a man, but he's a feminist. He supports women, but not by calling them out of their name, calling them a very derogatory name. And Devon, she's upset, and Jose's trying to calm her down and get her, normal status or whatever. So that's what it is. So it seems like these rookies came in the house, and you gotta, no matter what, they was gonna come after the rookies and get at the rookies. You know what I mean? But I just love it when the rookies, come together and take out the other people or fight back. Don't just let them pick you off piece by piece. And you can see Devon and Jose are trying to do that. And also, Angela and Faith, they're trying to do that as well, but they're doing it with their punani. And, Faith thinks her punani is so good that Kyle's going to help her. And Angela thinks her punani is so good, Bananas is going to help her. But that doesn't work anymore. It used to work a long time ago on a challenge where, guys will really go crazy, protect them to the end, to the doomsday. But not today. That doesn't work anymore, especially in this game right now. It's not working. The punani's not working, no matter how good it is. So now we get to the elimination, Armageddon. There we go. And we get to see who goes in. It was really supposed to be Faith and Angela and Jose and, Devon, but it didn't happen because people voted a different way. Cara voted a different way. Everybody voted differently than what they were supposed to vote, And so here we go. Guess who is in the Armageddon and the elimination round? It's actually Tori and Derek. Is like, damn, Tori and Derek, they're really like an easy team to pick off, because right now Tori and Derek are not winning. They're just losing. They're losing really bad. Tori is a great player, but she's not coming through, and Derek is not coming through as well, because they got some deep-seated issues that they need to get corrected. They need to work on so they can actually develop and move up. So we'll see what happens. So we have, Derek and Tori, and so they're called up and they're upset, they're mad. So now they have to pick somebody to go against, and the person that they go against, they pick to go up against is Josh and Sylvia. That was really our Tori's been talking about not playing a scared game, but why would you call Gosh and Sylvia? Because Gosh is stronger than Derek, faster, and they've been showing up. And Sylvia is a good player too as well, and she's like a vet too as well. So why not pick a rookie? You know what I mean? Why not pick Angela or Faith, or pick Jose and Devon? That's what I would do. Like, I wouldn't pick someone that actually can beat the dude that I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an even matchup with the guys. I would try to get an even matchup, but the girls are an even matchup picking Angela and Faith. But she didn't want to play a scared game. She wanted to go out with a bang, but I don't know what she was thinking, because her and Derek hasn't been working together. So you wanted the easy layup as possible, so you and Derek can get it on together, where you guys can actually talk and have a conversation. But Tori wanted to be a badass, thinking that she can do it and she's gonna go out with a bang, which is not too smart when you're really trying to get $1 million. Fuck the bullshit. Forget all this scary stuff. Do what you got to do to get that $1 million, because that's the end of the game. And that's how people that really want that money, they make sure they make good moves to make sure they stay in the game and they don't get eliminated. So they gotta run up this like skateboard little mountain thing, this plaque, and then they have to take balls from each side and put it in their basket and the slider. And they have to put 7 balls in the slider. Once they put the 7 balls in the slider, they win. So Josh, he's actually helping Sylvia get up the the little ramp thing, because it's hard, because he has good upper body strength. So he's able to run up there and put the balls in. But as Sylvia's coming up, he stays on top and he pulls her up. So their team is to actually, Gosh, he gets on top of the little plaque thing, and then he helps Sylvia get up, and then she puts her ball in. But with Tori and Derek, they have no talking. They don't work as a team. Tori's trying to run up there herself, holding a rope and stuff like that, and she's slowing down. Derek lit his hand out to Tori twice. He should have just grabbed her by her arms and just pulled her up regardless. And you know what? If she denies it, then she denies it. But if she lets him pull her up, then he knows, okay, we're a team. So I think he should have took that step, and then Tori should have took that step to ask for help, because she wanted, Derek to ask for help. And not the last elimination, but the elimination for last, when they were swinging on like the I think the pork or the meat or whatever. And she was like, you should ask for help. I was trying to push you back and you wouldn't listen. So they're both playing against each other. And that's the worst, because they're not thinking about the money, because they previously has a relationship. So they really kind of like have a vendetta. So actually, Josh and Sylvia, they win. And, Tori and Derek are eliminated. They go to the redemption house, and they're not happy. They're telling Veronica and Bananas and Paul and whoever, I forgot who his partner is, and tell them what happened, what's going on. And they're like, whoa. And then she was like, what's her name? Tori was like, Cara was supposed to vote this way, but she didn't. Everybody's enemies in the house. Everybody's turning against each other. So then, therefore, that's when Veronica was like, see, I told you Cara's no good. I told you Cara's fake. She this and that and all this other stuff. And CT was like, I can't believe that. I can't believe that's true. He was like, oh my God, I never thought Cara was like that. So now you got this house thinking that Cara is shady. You got Paulie thinking that he's going to come back in the house and he's going to ramp up things. He's talking about people's playing a scared game. He's playing a scared game too as well. I don't know what he's talking about. And so now he's talking about he's going to get back in the house, and he will go, you're supposed to take out the rookies and this and that, blase and third. So now Tori and Derek are in the redemption house, and people are mad, especially Cam, Killer Cam, Queen Cam. She's upset. She's mad because she thinks the rookie's supposed to go in. And I don't know what Angela or Faith actually did to Cam. I don't even know what Jose and Devon did to Cam or whatever. Maybe because they didn't go to talk to her and they didn't align with her, because I probably would have, because she's the newest of the rookies. She's not a rookie anymore, but she's the newest of the newest. So I would have tried to talk to her, but they tried, Jose and Devon tried to come in there and use that shit against Brittany and say that she was messing with Chuck, act like they had information. So they started off on a bad note too as well. And then they went right towards Faith and Angela, and people don't really like them, but Bananas and, bananas basically. So that's the situation, and that's a problem. But you know what, they had to align with somebody, because I don't think anybody was really opening up arms to them, because they are rookies. So the rookies have to stick together too as well, and try to make some friends in between time and meantime. But you also got to prove that if you're a rookie, that you're a good rookie, that you can show yourself that you're actually like an asset, that you actually can do something. So we have that situation going on. And then after we move on to that, so now Kim is like, she got a plan, and she's not going to say anything about her plan until it's time or whatever. So she's not going to say anything about her plan, because she has a plan to make things go the way they're supposed to, because she feels like the rookie should get out the house, because when she came on the show, they target her because she was a rookie. So she thinks that it's the best thing to do is to keep targeting the rookies, because you might send a tough team to the redemption house, but they might come back, but they might not come back. I'll be trying to get the people that, if I'm not aligned with, whoever I'm aligned with, try to get the toughest people out. But it always backfires that way, because somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to do. So you got to play it safe but not scared. And that means, like, whenever you have to go up, you go up and you do your thing, but you have to be good too as well. So moving on from that, so we have so Derek is just like, so Derek and Tori, they're gonna actually sit down, have a conversation, and talk to each other and see what's good, and try to make it better, where they can heal from each other's wounds and things like that, and actually try to have a relationship with each other or whatever. So we'll see what happens with that situation. I'm just like, damn. So Tori and, what's his name? Derek are going to try to get it together, try to work it out or whatever. So we'll see what happens with that. And so, at this time of point, we have Shane. He's really upset. He's mad that Tori's gone. And actually, Cam, Marie, and, what's her name? Killer Cam is upset that, Tori's gone because Tori's a part of their alliance. And it seems like they got a pretty decent alliance too as well. And, Jose and Devon, they just trying to skate around things. And then, Shane and Nelson. And so we have, the partners Shane said, he's really upset and he's really going to do everything he can to go after, Devon. So that's just like crazy. So we got, who is it? So Jose and Devon said, they got Shane and Nelson coming after them, and Carl Marie and CT was saying that Carl Marie, like I think he's losing faith in Carl Marie, but I think he's going to talk to her and have a conversation and find out what's actually good with Carl Marie, because he's actually totally not going to go against her because they have a long history together too as well. And so, just Tori's just like Carl Marie was supposed to vote for Angela and Faith because they also align with Bananas, and they're really like kind of like useless to them too as well. And the more bodies you have out, the more closer you get. So Carl Marie is mad that so Tori's mad that Carl Marie didn't vote for Devon and actually Jose. So that's the issue. And Tori's just telling everybody that they're playing a scared game over there, and and Kyle and gosh, they're cool, they're boys or whatever. It is what it is with that situation. And so then we have Marie says her alliance is Nelson, Shane, Cam, Kaylee, Sylvia, and Zach and Amanda. I don't know what team Zach and Amanda. It seems like Zach and Amanda falling all over the place, but I know Zach and Amanda are definitely cool with Kyle and Brad. They definitely got their back for number one. I don't know how close they got Bananas back, but we'll see. And we see Devon. She says that, she trusts Angela and Faith and Brad and Kyle in that situation. But they didn't say, but that's what Devon said. And then we have Tony. Tony said his team, the people that he's aligned with, is him. Tony said him, Bananas, Zach, and Amanda. They know definitely that they got their back. But I know we'll see what happens with that situation. It might change up. And also he says Kyle and Brad are actually cool with them too as well. But it actually could change up because that's what Tony thinks that Zach and Amanda and Brad and Kyle are like their number one and number two. Zach is their number one and Brad and Kyle is their number two. So we'll see how that goes. So now it's time to go to dig and dip that elimination round. Everybody got to go pack, get their shit together, and get ready to bounce. And they got to go dig themselves out. First, they underground. Then they have to fill out a puzzle. Once they fill out the puzzle, they have to dig themselves out and then run up a little hill and then to the flag, to the finish line. And whatever two people are up there, two teams, one team, the 2-member team, whoever's up there at the top, they actually win. Whoever gets there first with their vendetta actually wins. And then you have one person that wins, then you have a team that wins, because now at this time and point, they're going to have to pick teams. And so the teams that they're going to have to pick, it's already been separated. So the teams that they have to pick is going to be the blue team and the green team. And then on the blue team, it should be in the slideshow too as well, but I'll just say it. On the blue team, it's going to be Jose, Devon, Faith, and Angela, Carl Marie, Tony, and Bananas. That's the blue team. Then the green team, I think the green team is Shane, Nelson, Brad, Kyle, Zach, and Amanda, Gosh, Sylvia, and that's the green team. But then, Zach and Amanda was asked which team that they want to pick on because, they won the last, round or whatever. So they picked to go on the green team. They picked to be next to Shane. They picked Nelson, Brad, and Kyle. And Gosh, that's like a powerhouse. So they picked that team to win. So I was like, oh shit. And So then moving on from that. So they're trying to first they get the puzzle. Carmen was able to solve the hardest puzzle. So when you solve the puzzle, actually you get like a tool to help you dig yourself out. So Carmen, she solved the puzzle, solved one of the hardest puzzle. But the blue team actually only got one tool. The green team actually got two tools. And what team is let me see. I think Cam is actually on the green team. It should be up in the slideshow. I think Cam is on the green team, but I didn't put it down. I forgot. So Cam is on the green team or whatever. So the green team actually wins. Zach is the first one out, but his partner's not there, so he's helping out other people to get out, and he could push people back in and push them down, but that'll look bad because it's girls coming out, so that'll be wrong. So he don't want to do that, and he said that would be a dirty game if he actually did that. But he already knows he used to have a really bad reputation. This season, last season, and Champs versus Stars, his reputation has changed too as well. So he didn't want to do that. So Cam, she got out. She ran. Kaylee was right behind. They ran. And Kaylee and, Cam, they won. So they are actually the team that has the power play. So they can use the power play. So their vote counts twice. Whoever they choose to vote with. And so now she's going to come up with her plan because she said she had a plan. So we going to see what happens. And so anyways, so Cam, she goes back to the house and she calls a meeting. And she says, what the people I'm going to vote for is going to be Gosh and Sylvia and Kyle and Brad, because Kyle, threw me in and Brad gave me a grenade and put the time lapse on me. So you know what? They did that to me, so I'm gonna do that to them. And she threw Gosh and Sylvia and Gosh is upset. He's mad. Everybody's like, whoa, what's going on? They're just looking. They don't really show Bananas. They don't really show Tony's expression of how they feel about the situation. They don't really show Zach or Amanda's feelings about the situation at all. So it's just like you only see the other players. Since Shane is just like shocked. He's like, oh my god. Everybody's just looking. Sylvia, she starts crying. She's like, she can't believe this. I thought you was my friend. And they're going back and forth and kind of like arguing at each other. Sylvia's acting like she doesn't want to come out of her room, and it's just really sad. And then Gosh, he doesn't know what's going on, and he thinks it's really messed up. But she actually tell Gosh what's going on at the end, like, close to the end. She lets him know that, this is a game. Kyle knows what's going on. So that means Cam and Kyle really are cool, whatever. But I wouldn't trust Kyle because look, Kyle don't know if it's going to be Jose or Faith and Angela. He don't care, and that's like his alliance vote. But I guess he doesn't really consider, I guess Bananas only considers Amanda an alliance, but Kyle's acting like he don't give a shit if Faith goes in or not. But he didn't give a shit if Kyra goes in or not because he threw her in and gave her the rope, the lifeline she's supposed to have. He took it away, so he don't care. He just take the Poolani, use you and abuse and take you out. See, Kara, he really used you, because now look at him using Faith, and Faith should have known that it was coming. But I don't see any other way for Faith to get around the situation. So it's just bad for business. But too bad that Cam was going at the minorities. She's going at Faith, she's going at Angela, she's going at Jose, she's going at Devon, and they're minorities, and usually the minorities don't stick around, they're always gone. So now you got Cam taking them out. So I'm pointing it out anyway. You know what I mean? I be pointing out what people be doing. I'd be like, yo, is that racist or not? Or is that shady or not because they're racist or whatever? So I'm pointing out Cam like, damn, you taking out your people's girlfriend. But it's a game. She got to do it. It's a game when the other people do it. But it just seems like when the other people do it, it's more malicious. I don't know. So anyway, so I guess I gotta just say it's just the game. It's not about, the color of people's skin or whatever, right? I gotta do that when, MTV had Madonna give Aretha Franklin a goodbye speech, and she only spoke about herself. You know how MTV be doing it. So anyway, so we have that situation going on, and so now everybody's talking about they're gonna burn a vote. They're gonna burn a vote on each other, like Tony. They're gonna burn their votes. So now when they vote, they're gonna burn their votes. So we got Zach. And Zach is going. So, but out of the challenge, dig yourself up. Zach was the first one out. Then Nelson, and then Brad came out, but there was no Kyle nowhere around. But he didn't really care. And so they're moving on to that situation. Moving on from that situation. So we have Nelson and Shane. They burn their vote. Cara Marie. Cara Marie burns their vote on Nelson and Shane. Zach and Amanda burn their vote on Bananas and Tony. Tony and Bananas burnt their vote on Zach and Amanda. Faith and Angela burned their vote on Jose and if I was them, I would have still voted for my enemies. I wouldn't have voted for each other. But anyway, it goes, they was going to get out. And you got Jose and Devon. They voted for Faith and Angela. And we have Gosh and Sylvia. They voted for Kyle and Brad. And Gosh is having a heart attack. He thinks it's shady. She finally tells him what's going on then. So then he finally gets it. But he already knew before the voting time. But he was still just nervous about it because the game is tricky. He was acting like a little pee. And so then we have, so Gosh and Sylvia, they voted for Brad and Kyle. And then Kyle and Brad were supposed to vote for Josh and Sylvia. So we know Josh and Sylvia and Brad and Kyle are real tight. So they're like a team. So we'll see how that works out because everybody thinks they're cool and they're in alliance with somebody. But it seems like there's other alliance going on where it's real personal, where like you my number one, you might be my number three. And so Brad is like going crazy at Kyle. He don't trust Kyle. He doesn't know what's going on. Brad doesn't know shit, okay? Brad may be a veteran, but he don't know shit. Don't listen to Brad. And so Brad was like, I don't know. But Brad still went with it because it's the best chance ever. Because if it's wrong, it's wrong. You guys fight your way out. But he don't want to get burnt again because last season he got burnt. He was about to be like in the final four, man. So anyways, Brad, did Brad get beat by, Leroy last year? So anyways, moving on from that, so Brad and Kyle was like, Brad, eyes keep getting wider and wider. Like, how does his eyes get so wide? So we have that situation, Brad and Kyle, they vote for, Brad and Kyle, they vote for Josh and Sylvia, and they didn't really want to do it, but it just went down that way. They was nervous. And so Cam is like, her plan is going gorgeously. It's going straight. It's going perfectly. She didn't let Marie know what's going on, but Kaylee knew what was going on. And so everything's going perfectly. Her plan is going magnificent. Sylvia's still acting up like she's sad. And you had Faye talking about, Cam is on a power trip. People think Cam is on a power trip. They think that, oh my God, she's acting up. She's going crazy. And she got on her white fur coat and she's acting a fucking fool. She's acting a mess. But it's all because she's trying to save the people that's on her team. So basically calling out the people that she was going to vote for, which is Gosh and Sylvia and Kyle and Brad. She was actually wanting to keep them safe because these are the people that she wanted to stay in the house that she has an alliance with. For real. So to keep them safe, she tells everybody she's voting for them, and then people won't vote for them because they don't want them to leave and they don't want to actually face them in an elimination round at Armageddon. So they're gonna burn their vote on other people, and they started to agree with each other. We're gonna burn our vote on you. You burn your vote on me. So we only have one vote this way. So whoever Cam and Kaylee vote for actually are going to go in. And so that shit went down. So then after the vote happened, Cam is out there, she's laughing, she's chilling. Cara Marie's out there, Shane's out there, Marie's out there, and Amanda's out there too as well. And there's somebody, and Sylvia, she's out there too as well. And she tells the guys what went down and what happened, that she was sneaky, and she only did that so she can get out the two teams that most people that was in that circle want out, and that's Jose and Devon and Faith and Angela, and they're laughing, and Angela and Jose hears what's going on, and it's just like messed up because actually if Jose and Faith or Jose and Angelo, them two teams, if they actually took their vote and didn't burn it and vote for somebody else, maybe they would have actually tied up, if they would have voted for, a team that they didn't like. So that would be 2 votes and then 2 votes. But ultimately, Cam was going to win with the votes because there's a third person that voted for, Faith and Angela. But everybody, Tori's mad at Cara Marie, but I know Cara Marie should have went with the plan. She should have went with the story, but damn, she didn't want to do that. She just had Kyle throw her in, talking mad shit, try to play her and be like, hey baby, what's up, honey, poo, let me give me some of that good, you so sweet, you so nice, don't throw me in. And he threw her in, so she voted for him to let him know that F you. So it's better that she voted for her and she didn't vote for Faith, because people like me would be saying, oh, you only voted for Faith because he was sleeping with you only voted for Faith because he was sleeping with Faith, but also it didn't seem like there was a like they didn't make it actually final that everybody was supposed to vote for Faith. And because Zach and Amanda really wasn't cool with voting for Faith, and Angela, because they're cool with Bananas, and he's cool with Bananas too as well on the low. But they try not to show who they're actually cool with, the guys, the veteran guys, but they're showing a little bit. But all the rookies are showing who they're cool with. Even Kyle's showing who he's cool with, but I don't know if Kyle wants to be a part of letting everybody. I don't know if everybody knows now that Kyle at that when it was taping that Kyle knew, you know what I mean. But they know Sylvia knew, but did they let everybody know that Kyle knew, because that's gonna make Kyle look shady too as well. Especially another girl that he was having sex with, he done threw her under the bus. So now the people I just mentioned know about the burnt boat, and they know about Cam's secret. I mean Cam's. So she got her game tight and went wild. And so Angela is mad. She wants to go after Cam, and actually Jose wants to go after Cam too as well. They think it's all messed up, and they think they're gonna get their revenge on her. So then now we go to the elimination round. And when we get to the elimination round, it shows up that guess who got the most votes? Faith and Angela. And then they're supposed to pick somebody that voted for them, and which would have been Jose and Faith. So they knew they was going to go up against each other, so that would have been perfect. They would have fought it out. The same thing they did to Nelson, Hunter, and Corey last season. Always put them up against each other. So it's good to see Hunter back, because Hunter went through hell with Bananas, Tony, and all the rest of the guys. So anyways, but CT was cool with Hunter. He said, "You got much heart, my friend." So CT's like giving all good words of advice this season. This season and last season. So Faith and Angela, they're up there. Kyle smiling and laughing. Bananas just has a stern look on his face, like he's not going to show any emotion. Bananas is not going to show emotion when something hurts, and so that's actually taking out alliance that Bananas actually has, which sucks for him too as well. And so now we have the mercenaries come in, and that is Faith. And that is Ashley, and Hunter, and their job is to take them out, take their spot. So when Angela and Faith loses, I think they're gonna lose. I don't think they're gonna win. They go to the redemption house, and Hunter and Ashley actually take their spot, and they're actually cool with what's his name, Nelson. So Nelson got his boy Hunter back, and hopefully Hunter makes sure Nelson hasn't been drinking, so hopefully Nelson don't get too comfortable, because he has Hunter back in the house. So that'll be good for him. And Hunter got beef with Bananas, and Bananas outnumber people, not scared of him. But the reason why I think a lot of people's not going after Bananas, because Tony has a lot of alliance around him. People love Tony, they like Tony. Tony has been doing a lot better. We haven't seen him getting drunk, or they're editing the shit out of them getting drunk. So now we have to see what's going to happen. And so if the mercenary wins, they get to stay in the house, and the people that lose is going to the redemption house. So it seems like the game is going to go on a lot longer than we thought. It was a great game, using mind, using logic and focus that Cam did by tricking them. Say, I'm gonna when people say, "Oh, take this, I love this and I want that," I'm like, "Oh, you like that, you want that, you know what, I'm gonna take the other thing," because they don't trust you, or they don't believe you, or they're gonna go the opposite way. And that's exactly what happened. So they burned their votes, and they got the rookies in. The rookies were supposed to go, but it did not happen. They end up staying. So there's a lot of alliances going on. The alliance is ridiculous that they got going on. Peace. I'm out. One love.